cow, guys. We're back. So today we're going to talk about a couple things. One, I'm going to show you guys pork and chop. They are the pigs. They are our pigs that we're raising to butcher in December. So I'm going to show you guys those. That's where we're at right now. That's their little house back there. So that, and I also want to talk to you guys about something that's very important to me, and that's feed stores, local feed stores staying open. We'll hit on that in a little bit, but right now I'm going to go show you guys pork and chop. We've got some feed we got to put away for them, and just come along with us. So this is pork and chop. There are pigs. That was pork that ran out first and chop that ran out second. Those are the pigs we'll be butchering. So the reason that we're doing this on our own and not just buying it from somebody else, one is for the experience. We ourselves haven't raised pigs in a while, and my girlfriend Dani obviously has never dealt with any pigs. So we're doing it for that, and also because it's kind of nice to be able to say that you can raise something yourself that you're going to eat later on. And those of you that are watching this that have raised pigs to eat understand the satisfaction you get from raising your own pigs. So we are, that's the pigs, and that's what we're doing with them. And so yeah, by December time they should be right around that good market weight. 260 pounds is what we're shooting for. And we'll see what happens there, guys. So we're going to unload some feed, get it in here, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about local feed stores closing down and how that affects local farmers. So we'll catch you guys in a second. And just like that, the feed is put away. So ideally you want pigs to go 3 pounds of food to 1 pound of meat. Normal rate of gain in pigs is 3 to 4 pounds. We're shooting for 3. Hopefully these guys are right around 3. I'd have to do the math on it to go through there, but also not having an exact weight on them, I can't really tell exactly. But we've got 8 more bags of pig food right here, and then we had 2 leftover bags right there. So they've only gone through 6 bags in the matter of a month. So that's, was that 300 pounds? So that's pretty good. And between the 2 of them, they probably have gained, I would say, close to around 100 pounds, I hope. Maybe a little bit less than that, but that's actually a really good thing to go through. So, the person who owns where the pigs are needs to do something with this feeder, so he wanted me to just kind of empty the feeder down. We've been feeding him in this trough here, so he wanted me to just empty the feeder down so he can do a little maintenance on that. And then we'll fill this feeder here back up. That feeder holds about 400 pounds of feed, so ideally should last a little bit over a month on feed on that. So we're gonna head out to the house. We need to the farm because we need to paint the chicken house today. But I'm also gonna talk to you guys a little bit about the local feed store and stuff like that closing down. So we'll catch you guys in a second. All right, guys, here she is. One side is painted. Now yes, I know we still got to paint the trim, but that's no great shakes. That's pretty simple to do. So I got a couple mineral blocks back here that I got to throw out for the goats, and then we're gonna feed real quick. And probably on the way to boxing, I'm gonna catch you guys up on what I was talking about earlier about local feed stores closing and how that affects farmers. So we'll catch you guys in a second. Alright guys, so here's the deal with local feed stores closing down. So MFA, which is a big Missouri corporation, which does most of the feed stores that I've seen in Missouri in rural areas, right? So everybody's got an MFA, at least in their county. So our MFA in Warrenton, Truesdale, whatever you want to call it, they closed down, I guess, about 4 years ago. And that's had a very large effect on the farm because the closest MFA is either in Montgomery or Wentzville. And they're both the same distance from me. Jonesburg is like smack dab in between them. It takes me 30 minutes to get to Wentzville. It takes me about 30 minutes to get to Montgomery. So which one am I going to go to? Well, I go east a lot more than I go west. For egg deliveries, for doctor's appointments, for going boxing, for everything. So we go east all the time. So I go to the one in Wentzville. But the thing is though, is a lot of our local farmers alright, that are loyal to MFA, like I am. I'm loyal to MFA. I won't buy my feed anywhere else. That's just where I go. So a lot of our local farmers are out of a feed store. They got to start driving further for feed now. Those that don't get their feed delivered because they don't get as much feed have to now drive for their feed. So that adds on more fuel, more expenses, more everything else. So what I'm getting at here, guys, is it is extremely important for us to have a local trusted feed store in your area, because then you come in a situation like those of us have been in this area, and we're having to drive further for feed. We're either having to go to Montgomery, we're having to go to Wentzville or Marthasville for our feed that we want from an MFA. It's one of those things where MFA got a new president, okay? Young guy, gung-ho about making the business great and building the corporation. Well, within that, though, he started to close down the smaller stores that he thought weren't profiting enough. That store in Truesdale was always busy. Always trucks backed up to the dock, always people in there chatting them up, always busy. Every time you pull up, it was busy. And it was great because you pulled up, they knew your feed order, they got it loaded for you while you were inside paying. They just took care of it all. Not that Wentzville isn't a great store, it's a great store, guys, but it's going to those places that you've gone to your whole life and people knowing exactly what you need and sitting there and having a half an hour to an hour conversation with people, you know? You don't get that when you go to a little bit bigger store. Wentzville is a bigger store, you're not helped by the same person every time and things like that. So our local feed stores need to stay local is what I'm getting at, guys. Our tiny MFAs need to stay around. We need to continue to have those so we continue to have our small farmers, our small businessmen, things like that are having that small area, because not everybody can afford to just drop everything and drive 30 minutes to go get feed. It costs fuel, it costs time, and it costs more money. So keep those local feed stores if you can, guys. That's all my rant's about. Alright, guys, I hope you liked today. Keep tuning in. I think we're going to have a little bit more content than what I expected, so we might have a few more than a couple of month vlogs. Just over the next month or so, we might have more content than I expected, so we'll have a little bit more. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, all at Hummer's Goats and Yolks, and we'll catch you guys later.